Would you like to know how you can treble the value of one residential property, or maybe create as much monthly income to replace your existing salary, or even to earn that type of money alongside your salary? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. And in this particular video, I'm really excited to share with you how we've just acquired one residential property and we're going to do exactly what I've just said. My name is Roy, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to this channel because you're going to want to know exactly how it's done. I'm going to reveal everything, the ins and outs, the ups and downs, so you can see exactly how it's done. Is it easy? Is it hard? Well, if you know what you're doing, then it is relatively easy. But it does need a little bit of commitment, time and effort. I've just come from that particular property and it's situated in a prime location in the heart of a city centre, right next to corporate businesses, right next to a central bus station and right next to a central train station. So commuting to where this property is located is absolutely perfect, and it's perfect for the strategy that I'm going to share with you on how, like I said, you can treble the value of a property and create a passive income that will be, if not more than what you currently earn now. Anyway, I've just come from that property and I'm going to share with you all of the videos that we're going to be taking each and every day as we go through our journey on converting that property into something special. And like I said, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do, because you really are not going to want to miss this particular property investment strategy. Well, here's one of the first videos that we took after acquiring the keys and kicking off with the renovation process. Whenever you're buying a property to invest in, you always have to decide what is going to be the best strategy for that property. Now, that will depend on location, area, size, and of course, demand. Now, this property behind me, we've just acquired. It's a large property right in the middle of a city centre. And what we're going to do with this property is we're turning it into a high-end HMO. 11 units in total for professional people. Now, the demand in the area is incredibly high for that type of accommodation, which is why we purchased this property purely for that basis. Now, we did have to apply for planning because it was a residential property, so we had to apply for change of use. And of course, the local authority were incredibly helpful and pleased with what we were going to do, so they granted us the planning permission. Now, today we're actually starting the work. The guys are just taking their machinery around the back of the property. So they're going to convert the basement into the communal areas. There's a lot of work in the basement because it's 3-story. So rather than waste the basement, we're going to turn that into habitable space. And this is incredibly important because we want to use and maximize the space within this property to get a good return on our investment. And that is always the key. There's a lot to think about when you're investing in property, but at the end of the day, it comes with experience and knowledge. Now, if you'd like to follow this journey of how we convert this particular property into a high-end executive HMO, then please subscribe to this channel and follow this story, because we're going to show you everything that is involved when you need to convert a property like this into a HMO. So let me take you inside and you can have a little look. So here we are. This is the main entrance. As you can see, staircase is right in front of us. It is a massive property, to be honest with you. So on the left, as you come in, you've got a very, very large lounge area with some beautiful features. And then as we go to the rear of the property, as you can see, this was probably a big, huge dining room. There's another room here with an ensuite. Now, we seem to think that this property was used unofficially as a bedsit. But what we intend to do is strip everything out and reconfigure everything. There's the rear garden with off-street parking, which is great. And as we come back into the dining room, which is an extension on the property, on the ground floor, the kitchen is actually out here. Now, our intentions is to remove all of this kitchen, remove this wall as well, There's the plans, existing plans from the estate agent brochure, but we're going to remove that chimney breast wall to make it more open plan so that we can then reconfigure everything. Now, the basement, as I say, where the guys are just about starting work, is massive. It's never been used as a habitable room, but it's just wasted space. So what we're intending to do is lower the floor level in the basement so that we can get a good floor to ceiling height, because it is quite low. It's very sort of claustrophobic, but that is what we intend to do. And then, as you can see, as we go out to the rear garden, there's another extension on the side, but there's the garden look. It needs upgrading and landscaping, but never mind, that's exactly what we're going to do. As you can see, it's quite a beast of a property. And then if we go in here, it actually steps down. We're going to remove all the internal walls here and make this the new huge kitchen. And at the back here, which is very dark at the moment, you can't see much in there, we're going to make into a laundry room. Remove all of these walls so it's very much open plan. And then if we go back into the basement area, you'll get a feel as to how big it really is. As you can see, it's quite massive. If we go back up the staircase to the upper ground floor, as you can see, I can virtually touch the ceilings without having to go up a step ladder, so we definitely need to lower that floor. We go back upstairs to the ground floor. As you can see then, there's the access, nice original staircase, some nice features in here. We're going to have to lose quite a lot of them, which I'll explain in another video why. And then on the first floor, if we go to the rear of the property again, there's a lot of stud partition rooms here. This particular one was a kitchen, as you can see. And then we had a WC shower room next to that. And then we had another bathroom, which is a bit odd, but hey ho, that's how it is. We're going to knock all that down and create another bedroom. So, and then if we go up to the secondary landing, which is still on the first floor, you can see there's 3 bedrooms here. They've all got little sinks. Some of them have got en suites. Yep. So we're going to knock all these walls down because we have to reconfigure the size of the rooms, which is very important to comply with HMO requirements. As you can see, this is another large bedroom. And you've got a view here over the garden and so on. Which again, we're going to take that stud wall out there. And what we intend to do is install en suites in every single bedroom. We're also going to install a micro kitchen into every bedroom. So it is more or less like a little self-contained flat, I suppose, for executive people who want a bit of privacy, but there's also going to be that huge communal kitchen down in the basement and a communal lounge. And then if we come up onto the second floor, again, we're going to be removing all of the internal walls and reconfiguring the size of the bedrooms to maximize the space we've got up on this upper second floor. Again, you can see it's like retro, isn't it? 1960s, 1970s carpets. This property has been refurbished some time ago, but it's very dated. It doesn't comply in any shape or form with today's modern standards and requirements for HMO. And this is what is really, really important, because if you're looking to convert any type of property, residential, into a HMO or any other type of property investment strategy, you need to know what the compliance rules, regulations and laws are. Because at the end of the day, all of this costs a lot more money to do than your standard, 3-bed refurbishment project. And again, here's the rear of the property. If I just take you through here, you can see the basement again. This doorway is going to be blocked up and a big window is going to be put in here instead. The guys are just going to take all the door off so they can get their machinery in, and this will become the lounge area. And then at the back of the basement, that is going to be a plant room where the sprinkler system tank will go in, hot water systems will go in, the electricity will go in. We're going to put a doorway just in that area there, which will lead into the big communal kitchen. But again, I keep saying it, it is very important you understand exactly what is entailed whenever you're looking to do this type of conversion. So just to give you an idea of exactly what we're planning for this property, here's some proposed plans. So for the basement on the left-hand side here, you can see we've got the plant room at the back, at the front of the property, and then we've got the open plan communal lounge. We're going to have a laundry room and then the kitchen. Now, depending on the amount of guests or people that you're having staying at the property, will determine how many cookers, hobs, fridge freezers, washing machines you've got to have, and so on. It also means that the size of each bedroom is determined by whether or not there's going to be one person staying in the bedroom or two, and so on and so on. There's a huge amount of not red tape, but legislation that you have to comply with. And each room has to be a certain size, which is why when I've shown you around the property, I've indicated, the walls are going to come down. Some people will say, well, why don't you keep the bedroom sizes as they are? Well, unfortunately, you can't. You have to comply with the minimum square meterage per room, excluding en suites, excluding if you can have any micro kitchens in there, and so on and so on. So all of this is incredibly important. And you can also see on the second floor, we've got a few bedrooms there as well. And then at the rear of the property, we've also got to accommodate enough communal space, garden for the guests as well. And we also have to provide room for bike racks and so on, because what the local authorities encourage is that, or believe is that a lot of people staying in HMOs will use, bikes and scooters and so on to travel rather than having cars and so on. So they encourage, people who develop and create HMOs to provide facilities for the guests to be able to use. We also provide laundry rooms and so on. But again, I'm going to go into this in a lot more detail in another video. So that's the basis of what we're looking to create and turn this property into. And as I say, we've taken the keys today. So yeah, we're ready to go. Well, I hope you got the gist of exactly what we're going to do with this property and how you can do the same. All you have to do is follow this particular journey and see for yourself how it's actually done. I'm here to help you achieve what lots of other people really dream of achieving. So if you've got any questions or queries, put them in the comments below. I will respond, I promise you. And like I said, stay tuned because you're really not going to want to miss everything that we're going to share with you on this particular investment journey. So until my next video, ciao for now.